Anamika has given some and some I have given. So my request once again is, let us spend time in finding out how social impact of what you want to do can be expanded. If you had presented earlier, or if you have received the feedback from us, then how are you planning to use the feedback? You can also mention in your presentation. So basically today, tomorrow, day after tomorrow in the next class, our goal is to make your projects more useful for the society. So you may only refer to a specific question that you have in mind, which you may have not been able to resolve yet, and you can discuss that. So rather than presenting the whole problem or the entire presentation, focus on the question that you want us or other colleagues to address. Question about some help you need from other colleague from other background, and you want somebody to join your group to help you in that regard. That could be second thing that you can mention. And third, how will the impact of your project on the society increase? Who will be the user of your project? How would this project be helpful to somebody in the society? It could be a small entrepreneur, it could be a community in urban areas, it could be a community in rural areas. That's matter of detail. But some user must be there in your mind. Lastly, I would also say that some of you have suggested problems which already have been solved. For example, how to make a street light switch off when the light is more, or morning light has already come, has become evident, or when the darkness starts. Now, there are photosensors already there in many cities where nobody at the moment switches on and off. These are the photosensors which will sense the light intensity and switch on the light. So this is not a problem which needs to be solved. If you do a quick search, you will find hundreds of sensors available. There are both kinds of sensors. There are sensors which sense the intensity of light, luminescence, and second, which sense the motion. So for example, if you have a long corridor and you want light to be on in front of you, as the sensor senses your presence, it will switch on the light next to light so that your path is lighted, not the whole corridor is lighted. So both kinds of sensors are available. So my suggestion is that you're going to spend a precious part of your life into these projects. These projects should not be repeating or restating what has already been done. There must be some unique contribution that each one of you is making. You are all unique. You're all precious. Your life is unique. How would you justify doing something which is not unique? So my request once again is, don't do what has been done already. Don't repeat what has been applied and demonstrated in the marketplace very well. Try to take an unmet need and solve it by using your skills, by using your sensitivity, by using your empathy, by using your passion, by drawing upon your knowledge. Some of you maybe have been very in rush. Now, please remember, defining the problem is half the solution. We all know in research. So if you have not been able to think through, change your topic. There's no need for you to continue with the problem. So I'm not naming the group, but I'm sure the colleagues present here would know who I'm referring to when it comes to street lights. So all such projects where you don't think you're adding value, it is not something new, abandon it and change the subject. Take a problem which needs to be solved rather than which is easy to solve. Take a problem which needs to be solved. Look at the reviews of, at least just search for reviews on the problem, so that at least if you quickly look at the review, you would understand what all has been done. I'm not asking you to do a detailed literature review at the proposal stage, but some review is necessary at the proposal stage so that you don't end up doing what has been done. So is there any question about this before we start? Anybody has any question? Anybody disagrees with what I have said or what Anamika has already written to some of you? Same thing that I'm saying. Please unmute yourself and mention. If you still want to defend a problem which has already been solved because it is not very widely used, mention that I'm trying to find a new way of solving the same problem. The existing solutions are not robust, are not affordable. Make a case for that. Yes, Babita?
Hello, good evening, sir. Hello.
Can you be louder,
Yeah.
please?
Hello. Yeah, good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Sir, myself Babita from CSI NPL. So we are just planning to work on local and low cost device for detecting circuit fault in the wall. Actually,
Yes,
this type of device is already available in the market, but we are just planning to design in such a way that that will be the cost effective. So can we proceed with that?
Yes, when there are, I remember your proposal. I had sent you some links also. You are right that some of the devices are costly. Some devices are also cheap, actually. They're not too costly. So this problem has been solved, that we know. Bachu Bhai, one of the innovators we had awarded earlier, many years ago, 10, 15 years ago, had also developed a kind of a tester which doesn't have to be touched to the wall, but through induction, it will sense where the circuit is broken and will tell you that here is what you need to dig open the wall and then correct the join the connection. So I would suggest that if you can really come out with very low cost solution, maybe let's say 20 rupees, 50 rupees or 100 rupees, makes sense. Then every electrician, everybody can afford it and it makes sense. Are you thinking of that kind of affordability?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Then it's okay. Then it's okay. Then it's okay. But you should justify it. You should review the existing solutions and mention that it is new, not in terms of the concept, but in terms of affordability. And that's important. A frugal innovation sometime may solve the same problem that has been solved before, but at much, much lesser cost. And thereby increases the inclusiveness. More people can afford it now. So that's fair.
Yes.
That's fair.
Yeah. Thank you, sir.
Anybody else has any question?
Sir, I want to say something.
Yeah, go ahead, Deepan.
Sir, actually, I have given you the plan that in our state, that Kandhamala and Nabarampur, there are lots of turmeric cultivation is going on.
Yes.
And there and all the testing analysis they are doing outside the state. Our state doesn't have any analytical center for that analysis of that things. So
analysis of
turmeric, that curcumin in turmeric.
You mean to say that these are...
I want to do it in IMMT. I want to create a facility center.
No, wait a minute. Which state are you from?
Odisha state, Odisha.
Odisha has many labs. I mean, simple biotechnological labs will test.
But nobody is doing that things, sir.
Have you tried at KIIT? Have you found out? KIT, yes.
No.
Check up, call them up, call Mrityunjay, talk to him, give my reference, find out whether if we have to do such a test, how much would it cost and how much time it will take.
Okay, sir.
Like that, there are many other labs. There is also CSIR lab.
So I am from IMMT.
So then you can find out easily some other labs around you, which have there are state government labs, there are central government labs. There is even
most of them, they are doing it outside the state, in Bangalore or in Lucknow. Local, though we don't have anything.
So what is your proposal then? Are you developing a new technique, or you are saying that center should be set up for using existing technique in the known way? Then
yes, center I want to set up.
No, but you want to set up or you want to recommend setting up?
I want to recommend.
But that is obvious, that doesn't require research. If you think that a mobile facility should be set up by which farmers can get it tested, or if you wish that testing lab should be there, first of all, you should find out how many testing labs exist which can do that. And then secondly, do you think really that it's a challenging problem in terms of you as a scientist to solve this? So either you find out the low-cost testing methods, you review various methods, find out how a low-cost lab can be set up,
Okay, sir.
by community of users. For example, 15 villages, 20 villages can set up their own lab for testing this. But
Okay.
are
But that
the
instrument is costly, sir.
are the buyers paying the price for turmeric on the basis of curcumin content?
Yes, sir.
When the buyers buy turmeric,
Yes,
do
sir.
they buy it? Do they buy it on the basis of curcumin content?
Yes, sir. Yes,
For
sir.
exports, it is important, but I don't know about the domestic because domestic consumers are not that worried about the curcumin.
And also, when you buy turmeric, it is not mentioned on the package what is the curcumin content. Have you seen on the package this information?
No, sir. No, sir.
So then what I'm trying to say is, whose problem are we solving? If a customer does not get this information and still buys turmeric,
Yes, sir.
I and you, when we buy for our home, we don't look at the content. Do we look at the content? Do we get the information on the package? We don't get the information on the package. That means it is not a widespread customer need.
Okay, sir.
Then whose need are we solving? Whose problem are we
Local
solving?
people's problem.
Huh?
Local people's problem.
No. So I'm saying, if supposing you were going to look at adulteration problem, supposing
Yeah.
there are tests available for adulteration in turmeric,
Yes, sir.
and you can easily, those are not very costly.
Okay.
There are simple tests, acid-based test, very simple, low-cost test, 20 rupees test, which will tell you whether the turmeric is pure or turmeric is adulterated. So there are different problems you're talking about. You're talking about adulteration, which is easy to test. There are tests available. If you still want to develop some test, by all means do that. Or if you're talking about curcumin content, there again, known tests are available in the labs which are equipped for that purpose. They charge you money, of course. And unless you are coming out with new methods, it is a problem which has been solved. So my suggestion is, Deepanjali, that pick up a problem which will help some producers or consumers. One of the two members of the community should be benefited, isn't it? So
Okay,
maybe relook at your problem. Yes, Keshav?
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Keshav?
Hello, sir. Good evening.
Good evening.
Sir, today I have sent my presentation. It's on emergency situation on bathroom and washroom. So
Yes, you had said there was another group which had sent the same problem earlier, or did you send it earlier also?
Sir, I only sent its survey form earlier.
Actually, earlier you had sent the survey form, because I remember I saw that. Now, my response to that question was that if somebody falls down in the bathroom, then the person may or may not be able to press a button, correct?
Yes, sir.
And we don't want CCTV cameras in the bathroom.
Yeah, privacy
is violated.
Yeah.
So this is a genuine problem, and their solution for that is motion sensor.
Yes, sir.
Motion sensors exist. For example, if you're sitting on your chair, the fan will be on.
Yes, sir.
If you move away from your chair for more than 5 minutes, the fan will get switched off. This exists already many years ago, decade ago. So why can't we use motion sensor? This is what I had sent in my comment on your questionnaire.
Okay, sir. Apart from in today's that PPT I shared, so there was also a situation when a girl which died in bathroom. It's because of the use of that
Electrical shock. Yeah, electrical lock.
No, it's a gas geyser. So what happened? It is operated with LPG as a fuel. So this kind of geyser, this produce some carbon dioxide or monoxide in the bathroom. So due to that, that girl died. So it's not always that we are using chair.
No. What I'm trying to say is motion sensor will capture any kind of fall. Any kind of, if let us say above 3 feet or 4 feet, whatever height you consider, or 2.5 feet, depending upon whether you are taking bath sitting or standing. If you are not moving beyond a particular time, or you are moving away,
Yes,
if
sir.
you fall down, your height may be 1.5 foot maximum, right?
Yes, sir.
So at 2 feet, there will be gap,
Mhm.
and motion sensor will sense it and immediately inform that the person is not, there is a problem in the bathroom.
Yes, sir.
So what I'm trying to say, there are low-cost solutions available. The problem that you mentioned is genuine. Not many people have used motion sensors in bathrooms. So it's a good idea to use them in cases where you expect or you suspect accident. But this problem has been solved actually. So maybe either think of some new way of doing that, which has not been tried before, then it will be useful. But if solution exists and merely application of that solution is waiting to be done, then what will happen? I mean, you can fit it in the bathroom. You can you can optimize the sensor height and all of that to ensure that only when person falls, it will sense. So that parameter, if you want to standardize, that may make sense.
Sir, I'm Siddharth Sarkar. Can I add something here?
Yeah, please go ahead.
Yeah, actually, we are trying to use differential sensing using motion sensors only. In addition to that, we want to incorporate that pulling the cord system, so that if there is motion and he is able to move his hands or any limb, but not able to lift himself or herself up, then in that case, we want to provide them with some solution which he or she can use to get himself out of this situation. Like it is two things, sir. One is actively using some warning system, means buzzering system or sounding system, and another one is autonomous sensing of fall.
Okay.
But simple use of one motion sensor is not merely doing the thing. So
fair enough. So you want some other, if the person is conscious.
Yes.
If the person is conscious, then that person should wave against some other point so that the door gets opened. If you are like ladies alone at home or grandmother alone at home.
We are not merely opening the door. There also we are planning that door will be accessible if someone from the outside is trying to access. It will not be just open and everything is open in outside.
Fair. That's a good point. All right, then go ahead. I mean, that's the genuine problem.
Another thing, also in our survey, we tried to measure what is the time criticality, means after which we should intervene. So we are also monitoring the motion sensor in a differential manner in height. And also we are coupling that information with the status of the bathroom door lock. So if it is locked from inside and the status of the motions, all the motion sensors are giving indication of no motions or some fall has been detected, then what should be the time period after which we should warn? Correct. That also you are trying to capture from the
it's a good point, because I am aware of a very young person died like that, and there was people waited and they waited probably too long, thinking that today she's taking longer time, and it was too late for the doctor to help anyway. So it's a good problem. If you are taking all these parameters, go ahead. I will just take one or two more questions and then we will start with the presentation. Akshay?
Yes, sir. Good evening, sir.
Sorry to interrupt. Sir, we should present a presentation today only, or?
See, we have 3 classes. And the sequence, Anamika has just informed all of you that we will follow the sequence that is given in the list. So you have a list shared. The spreadsheet is already shared with all of you. Megha, can you just put down the first 10 names in the chat?
Sir, I didn't get that.
Good evening, sir.
That sheet is shared with all of you. Megha, can you share it again?
Yes, sir, sharing.
Can you share the sheet? Secondly, you please put the 10 names, first 10 names in the chat.
Okay, sir.
So everybody knows their sequence. We are just going by the sequence given in the sheet. If somebody is not ready today, they can do it next class.
Sir, I didn't get that mail regarding that list.
Okay, we will send it. We will share it. She's just going to put in a minute. I think she might have put it already. No, she's going to put in a minute. Yes, Akshay.
Yes, sir. Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Sir, first I have a solution about the previous question of bathroom issue. I want to say that most people uses smart watches. There are so many sensors in it. So can't it
But
detect
nobody takes
the
bath
heart
with a
rate or
watch on.
something
Yeah?
like that?
Nobody takes bath with a watch
But-
on.
It's a waterproof watch. Sir.
Arey bhai, theek hai. But how many people will take bath with a watch on?
Okay, sir.
And this is so costly. Smart watches are very costly.
Yes,
If you
sir.
look at Apple Watch, you know what the price of that is?
Yes,
So
sir.
only very, very rich people can afford it. Even I don't have that watch. I can't.
So I will go to my problem, sir. Sir,
No, wait a minute. You raise your problem. Yes.
Yes. So I've sent a PPT on. We are preparing a cost-effective solar-powered automatic mass dispenser and disposer machine. So, sir, my problem is there is some equipments available that disposes face masks, but they are not. Some are cheap, but we are trying an integrated solution in a way that the mask disposer machine and disposable machine means it will sanitize the mask also. The one who someone who wants to dispose of a mask, they will throw it in the bin. So it will disinfect the mask also, and will be a separate table. There will be available which will dispose a fresh mask. So it will be an integrated solution. So can we do it, sir?
My suggestion is look at a solution that I have shared on the Facebook 2 or 3 days back from
Okay,
Ecuador.
Okay,
Three students in Ecuador under the guidance of the faculty, 3 engineering students, have
Yes, sir.
designed a very good machine for dispensing mask. Now, mask dispensing machine exists, but in Ecuador, they didn't have any machine. So they developed one, and which is a
Yes, sir.
sleek, and a child is using it there in the video that I have shared. So look at that and see
Yes, sir.
whether you can do something better, something less costly.
Yes, sir. We are trying to do a solar powered also.
No,
It will
solar
be
power is a minor issue. See, any machine which is electrical can be
Yes.
run by electricity or solar, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Simple, very simple. This is very simple. That you need an inverter or you need a battery which will be charged by the solar battery and then run this device. So these are two very independent and by themselves they exist already. So
Okay,
my suggestion is, unless you can make it a very low cost solution, if you can make it a low cost, then it is worth it. But if it is as the vending machines are on the airport or railway station, then those are very costly. And those already exist. So you have to come out with some really affordable solution. If you come out with an affordable solution, there is a need for it. There is a market for it.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Now, there was a question which had come earlier that I will also answer, Sachin, your question. Those who had presented earlier and have nothing new to add, don't make another presentation today. So Sachin's question I'm answering, I'm repeating. Those who had made a presentation earlier and have nothing new to add should not make a presentation today. If you have added some value in terms of you have done a survey of the customer, potential customers, or you have identified the need much more sharply, or you have identified the social impact much better, then you may like to share that. So that answers Sachin. Is it okay, Sachin? The question is answered. There was another one. Okay, there was another person who asked the question whether we can take up a social problem. Of course, we can take a social problem. It doesn't necessarily have to be technological. Some of you have chosen such problems which are social. Only my suggestion is that your being from technology should bring a degree of sophistication or a degree of precision in the problem handling, or degree of analytical rigor in this handling the problem, so that the solution becomes obvious. For instance, I just responded to a colleague a while ago that supposing you want to set up a community biogas plant. Now, community biogas plants have been set up for the last 4 or 5 decades in the country, even longer. That is not new. But if you want to set it up in city and you don't have too much space and there is no space to accumulate and dispose of the slurry which comes off biogas plant, which is like a semi-liquid manure, then you have a problem. Then you need a different kind of design. So if you're thinking of design specifically suitable for urban areas, using less space, then it makes sense. A new design, a new technology, a new way of disposing bio-waste, digesting bio-waste. So that kind of a solution would be useful. But if you are saying that, look, it will have to be collected, then transported to the municipal ground where they digest the waste, collect the waste, they will be segregating it. And there a proper plant can be set up to process it. That solution exists. People are not using it is a different matter, but that solution exists. So you will have to show what value are you adding to the problem that you're solving. Mere recommendation of a known solution for a known problem would not be worth your time. That's what I'm trying to say. Again, I'll repeat, each one of you has a unique role to play in life and your profession. Choose either a unique problem or a problem which may be general, but solution is unique. Something should be special about what you're going to do in the way that you solve the problem. So I suppose this addresses all the general questions. And yes, and Megha, did you share the link?
Yes, sir.
Okay, all
Yes,
right.
sir.
Yeah, and please share the names of the people now.
Okay.
Now, this is also important, Shruti, what you have mentioned is a very good problem, that if you can suggest a new kind of PPE, which is affordable and can be used by the sanitation workers, because many sanitation workers, I would say majority of the sanitation workers don't use PPE. Even during the lockdown, I saw them not using it. They were not even using gloves, which is very, very unfortunate. So there is a policy issue, there is an administrative issue, and there is a technological issue. There are all three different issues. You may not be able to handle all the three, but if you try to, Shruti, I would recommend that if you can come out with a material which is easy to dispose of, which is affordable, or which is, let us say, reusable, is washable, you know that any PPE washed in soap solution for 15 minutes will inactivate all viruses. 15 minutes is the outer limit. Even 5 minutes would be done. So, and simple soap solution, any washing soap, any detergent will make the virus inactivate. That is the whole concept of hand washing. So the reusing part is simple. Only thing that you have to check is whether that lends itself to reuse, or is it too fragile that it will tear off if you wash it. All those. So that's a good point. You can go ahead and work on this issue. That's very important. All right. So please, can you, Megha, share the list?
Sir, I have shared group members' names.
Name, I'm not able to see. Can you put it now?
Okay.
No, sheet I have. Names, or should I read it from the sheet itself? Okay, I can read it from the sheet. All right, so first is e-waste cleaning by Arun Karmakar, Kiruba, and Bevin. Is that the first? No, this is the last. Sorry, wait a minute. No. Solid waste, municipal solid waste management in Assam. Johnny Devama, and others. And I like that proposal. Please go ahead. Hello? Johnny
Hello,
and team?
this is
Yeah.
Bonusri here, sir. From yes, sir. So
Yeah, go ahead.
Bonusri, I'm going to speak about So, sir, can I share my
You
slide?
got our
Like
feedback. You got our feedback, right?
Yeah.
So you will incorporate those feedback in your presentation. Yes. So don't tell us how important the problem is. Everybody knows the importance of the problem. Start with the solution.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
Sir. I'll go to the solution part directly.
Yes.
So since we have already shared the PPT with you.
Yes.
So just one second. Oh, sir, we cannot share the slides. We are not.
You're not allowed?
Yes.
Megha?
Yeah, we are not here.
Yes, sir. Now she can share.
Yeah, you can share now.
Okay. Hello.
Yes, it is not shared as yet.
Yeah, I'm station.
Or you can go ahead.
So is it visible?
Yeah, it's coming up.
Okay, I'll also directly go to the thing what you are
Yeah,
talking
please go
about.
ahead. Go ahead.
This topic was topic was crisis of municipal solid waste management and its effect and probable control measure in Assam. So since this is a well-known problem, so what is new in our proposal is we have formulated two short term or long term. In short term, that is very well known. We are trying to make the awareness. Some districts which
PPT
choose
is not
as a
visible.
site of
PPT
art
is not
study.
visible, but you can remove the PPT.
Yeah,
now it is coming up. Now it is coming. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, so since short term and long term goal we have formulated in our proposal. So in short term, it is we are.
Oh, you withdrew the PPT. It was very. I mean, the use of CRISPR technology for solid waste management is absolutely new idea which I have never heard before. Can you, Babita, are you available? Are you online? Anybody else from the group is online?
Yes, sir, I'm online.
Babita, please. The PPT disappeared, but you can speak up.
No. What?
PPT disappeared for some
She
reason.
is not. I think Babita is not in the group.
Yeah,
No,
I'm
she is
not
there.
in this
She
group.
is there.
No, I'm not a part of this group, sir, actually.
So then
Yeah.
you don't present. Somebody who is present. Who is in the group.
Bogita, Shashank, Bonashri is not there. Indrani.
Sir, I am there. Sir. I am in the group, sir. I am presenting, ma'am.
Go ahead,
yeah, I'm talking. Yeah. So I'll leave the slides, sir. I'll just speak since it is giving problem.
Yeah.
Yeah. So in short term goal, what we are planning to do is making the awareness by preparing the small leaflets containing the information regarding proper disposal of daily waste and encourage the people to use biodegradable bags. And again, in this making small society had trainings to do their disposal properly. So these are there. But what unique in our proposal was very recently a novel bacteria strain has been isolated, that is Indolera sitanensis, that is 201F6. So that has been discovered that produces a couple of unique enzymes, that is polyethylene tetrafilate hydrolase, the monotetrafilate hydrolase, that enables the bacteria to utilize the polyethylene tetrafilate as they
You can speak louder. I'm not able to hear properly. Can you speak loudly nearer the mic, please?
Yeah, I'm talking, sir. Am I audible now?
Yes, better, much better.
Yeah. So actually recently in our novel in our study that I was explaining, what is novel in our proposal is recently a new bacterial strain has been isolated, sir. That is Indolena sitanensis 201F6 that has been discovered to produce a couple of unique enzymes, polyethylene tetrafilate hydrolase, monotetrafilate acid hydrolase, and that enables bacteria to utilize polyethylene tetrafilate, that is PET, as the sole carbon source. This PET actually is extensively used in plastic products, and its accumulation in environment has become a global concern. So what we are proposing actually a novel idea to use CRISPR technology in solving issues of solid waste management. So what briefly I'll say, this CRISPR-Cas9 is an enzyme. Like the Cas9 is an enzyme that uses CRISPR sequences as a guide to recognize.
Bonashri, we are losing your voice.
Okay, so
we understood that you have identified a new bacteria species. Now go ahead from there.
Yeah. So using that CRISPR technology, that bacteria actually is capable of degrading plastic, that the sole product of plastic.
Okay.
Yeah. So
you want to do a small experiment to find out if it will work?
Yeah, actually what we want to say, this is a proposal and hypothesis. Since the plastic degradation pathway in bacteria is a very vast and complex process. So this enzyme enzymatic pathway, we need to first of all know entirely deeply.
So you will make a case You
Yeah,
will make
case
a case for using this technology. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, yes, sir. As a proposal.
See, now let me tell everybody, please remember and share with your friend, the last date has been extended till 21st August.
Yeah.
The last date for submission of your report has been extended till August 21.
Okay.
All right. So you have, roughly speaking, let's say 4 weeks.
Yeah.
Or 3 weeks. 3 weeks. Okay.
Okay.
So in case you want to do a small pilot experiment and report the results, that would be even very, very interesting.
Yeah.
If you want to.
Yeah. Actually,
if
we
you
can
think 3 weeks is enough, if you think 3 weeks is good enough to show that, because as I mentioned in your case, the kind of approach you are taking of developing a diversified approach for different kinds of solid waste in different parts of Assam. So for different cities, you are thinking of developing a localized approach, which is very interesting. So I will be very happy to, send your report to the Chief Minister or to the Minister of Environment there, so that you get full attention. And I will do that for every report which is worthy of being.
So can I add one point?
Please go ahead.
So actually, that short-term goals which we were proposing, that is that we can do in our institute or in the local like positions or the location we have taken in our city, like Jorhat town, I live in there, then Guwahati or the Silchar, like we can do as a review part of things. Since the major problem in Assam is like, sir, COVID is going on and we are not in a state to manually go to and the thing which we have added in our slide. So it would have been a great work if we can do that. We were very interested to do that because the waste has been very severe issue in Assam. So in long-term approach also, there only we are proposing the concept actually, which you have found very interesting. We are very happy to know that we have found interesting. So this actually entire CRISPR process is very time consuming for review the entire enzymatic pathway which degrades the plastic in that particular
my suggestion is look at your
bacteria.
Yeah, but so before we close your presentation, I would request that you include, Manashri, both the parts. One is the biological part, which is technological part. Second is the institutional part that you have taken up. You are looking at the data and you are analyzing the data and developing a strategy for a specific kind or composition of solid waste management, isn't it? For different cities. Because every city will not have the same composition. Difference in the urbanization, difference in the industrialization, difference in the settlement pattern, and difference even in the rainfall pattern and all of that. So I think it's a very good proposal, well conceptualized. Go ahead and let's hope that you.
Yeah, for that, I want to ask one question. Since this final proposal that which we have found interesting, which we will do the survey and the entire literature, whatever has been reported till date regarding that particular bacteria, and we will try to formulate the proper proposal format that can be implemented further if in case because this is that can be submitted on the times on 14th or 21st August, which we are saying. Yeah. Okay. Thank you, sir.
All right.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Okay.
Vaishnavi next. Vaishnavi, go ahead next, because your problem is similar. I think we can do the clustering according to your problem, so the explanation will become less. Yes, go ahead, Vaishnavi.
Hello.
Yes.
Yes, sir. So we are just using recycled PET and PET degradation. Means we are looking at glycolysis method and recycled PET as nanofiber membrane. So since they are working on enzymatic degradation, I think, depending on what aspect they are looking, in our PPT we have mentioned that collaboration is needed because we are only looking at the chemistry aspect, not the biological aspect.
So Banashri, can one of your group member or some other biological group members would like to join Banashri? Vaishnavi?
So we are solely entire group is on biological sciences. So
can one of you work with Vaishnavi's group?
Yeah.
Like what?
They want some biological input into the decomposition of PET. So they're trying to optimize PET esterase from some species of bacteria. You like to give some inputs on that?
Yeah, so we theoretically will help them if whatever information and regarding the any help they need, like virtually we can talk or we can through
Yeah,
mail also we
Vaishnavi,
can
so
talk.
you can contact Banashi's group, and in case anybody else in this meeting wants to volunteer and join Vaishnavi's group as a secondary member, you're welcome. All
Yeah,
right.
like all of
Okay.
us would like to contribute, like
No, no.
they if
Yeah,
they can
because
also.
they are doing it chemical pyrolysis and others, which are
Oh,
known
okay,
method. But
Yeah.
Vaishnavi, did I send you some examples of desktop plastic processing machine? Did I send in my feedback to your group or some other group I sent? Huh? Hello?
No, sir, some other group.
Acha. So please remember that whosoever I mentioned, Selvaraj, you have to switch on, you have to mute yourself. Yeah. So I had sent 4 or 5 technologies to one of you, one group of yours, I don't remember which one, where a lot of solutions around the world are available for small scale processing of plastic and getting different kinds, 4 kinds of oil out of them: lubricant oil, lube, and diesel, 4 kinds, furnace oil, and one more. 4 kinds of oil can be obtained, almost 90% recovery of energy from the plastic waste. So in Japan, there is a desktop machine available. YouTube video can also be seen of that machine. So my suggestion is that if this group can, the chemical group can take these solutions, review the solutions around the world, and develop a small scale processing unit which can be used by housing societies, if not by each household, that would be wonderful. That would be wonderful. We don't have such a small scale solution. All right. Next is Deepshikha Yadav. Deepshikha, Kalpana, Anju, Neelam, Ashish. Anybody there?
Neelam is
Gurupratap,
there.
I'll come to you next. Anybody?
Yes, sir. Neelam is there.
Neelam, go ahead.
Good evening, sir. Sir, you had sent us some suggestions, but we didn't incorporate. So after incorporating this
Yeah,
suggestion,
okay, we will do that tomorrow. Next class.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Yeah, okay. Gurupratap, what was your point?
Sir, actually, today only I saw an article about an instrument that Pant sir and Naik sir designed from IIT Delhi. They designed this instrument, and both of them are from, one of them is from biological background, and one of them is from chemical background. So they designed this instrument where they can convert a plastic into this some kind of oil. So I haven't read
Can you
the.
send? Can you
Yes,
send
yes,
that
sir.
link?
Definitely, yes, sir. I'll do that. I'll do that. Right.
Yeah, and you can put it on the chat if you have.
Yes, sir.
I would
yes,
also
sir.
like to read.
That is also based on, sir, pyrolysis.
Yes, sir.
No,
that's
pyrolysis, yes,
pyrolysis
but the method, the conventional pyrolysis, as plants require huge investment.
Yes,
in
sir.
Maharashtra, a lady had set up one of the very first commercial plant. I forgot the name of that lady. She had put up a chemical engineer. So there are pyrolysis plants already established in India, but these are requiring huge investment. So if somebody has set up a smaller unit, we need to pay attention. Aisha, Bhaswati, Shipra, Devalina, Aribam, any one of them.
Yes, sir. This is Deblina from Group 3. So we have sent you the PPT regarding solving the deteriorating conditions of stray animals. We did not yet get any feedback.
Okay, because
so
we must have sent it late, or we did not review. But
okay, sir.
So which part of the problem are you trying to solve? It feeding them or healthcare or what?
Sir, if you like, it's a holistic approach, but the thing that we mainly try to address is that, like, in case of other volunteering options or any organizations, the problem is that we have to invest a certain amount of time, and most of them ask for membership or some kind of donation. So it creates an inhibition in most of us. Like, we think that we won't be able to invest so much time, or like we don't have the time or that much like funding to spend. This is more like an awareness. Like, if we share stories or give access to all the people to show them that there is a community, and give them ways that how you can solve these little problems of these animals on a regular basis, and like
So are you
giving them
going to
small.
suggest? Are you going to suggest a kind of a self-help manual of identifying the common diseases, identifying the common ailments, and how people can sort of, it's like a first aid kit for animals. Is that what you're proposing?
Not just first aid, sir. It's like basic problems of the animals. Like it can be anything. A weekend animal can be fed. So if anyone has a question that what kind of food I should be feeding this animal, what should I be doing for
So you
this
will make
suffering
a
animal?
kind of a FAQ, a frequently asked questions. You will answer those
Uh,
questions.
Yes, sir, more like a forum where people, if we can spread it enough, like people will join and they can share their stories so that more people are like inspired, and
Okay.
they can also
Anamika,
share
you
the
have any
links.
suggestion to them? Anamika, you have
So
any?
there are such fora which are available, and there are like in different. So there are on FB you have groups, on WhatsApp you have groups, and in Quora also, and also there are certain websites which will like they will share the stories of their dogs and cats, whatever they have done to keep them healthy. So this exists. I don't know how different this is going to be.
No, it is for stray animals.
Ma'am, Quora is a very generalized platform where you can answer, like give questions and answers to any sort of problem. This will be more specific, and we are starting this locally so that it is easily shared. Like first, we intend to share it among our suppose institutes, and then and in Facebook that you are talking about, they sell individual stories. So many of us who are not on Facebook, like I myself am not, so they miss out on those. It's like if you have followed a page on YouTube, it's called the Dodo. So it's more like that. But along with that, we can also give small options like how we can be more accessible to helping these stray animals.
So there is a group called as Stray Relief and Welfare Group, strawindia.org. So my suggestion is, please review
Yes,
the
sir.
existing platforms. I'm putting
Yes,
the
sir.
link here. And then maybe you can do something better, or you can coordinate with them and do it in local language, whereas most of these are in English. So I have put down two of the on the chat. One is international organization, one is Indian organization. Stray animals and stray animal and
Also, like many of these are started now because now you're interested, and the moment you lose interest, somebody needs to take care of it. So you'll also have to find a future sustainability factor there. And how are you going to sustain this?
But this is a relevant problem. I mean, if you can do something useful, why not?
Ma'am, obviously this is a very relevant problem. Like if we don't get enough shares, then at one point of time you need to like buy a commercial domain to sustain it. And what I personally have faced that most of these organizations or these websites, they don't reach to these lower levels. Like I myself haven't gotten what to say like. I don't find them outreaching to the local levels. Like at least in my city, that's
One of the
difficult.
It's okay, Devlina. Your point is
So
a
one of the inhibitions that I have is that people then start experimenting themselves without consulting a veterinary doctor. You understand? This is something that we need to stop. I mean,
No, sir,
those are not for
no, ma'am. We are not talking about
experimentation.
any treatment. It's like just initiative. That for treatment we are also will be giving veterinary numbers and
Yeah, that's a good
clinics
point. People
where
for
they
Animals,
can
animal
go.
care
No, we
foundations.
want
I
yes.
think it's a good idea. If you can collect such
I think,
numbers,
Professor, last year somebody did a similar project. We can.
yeah, we can send it to her.
Yeah.
But let us put it all together, various kinds
sir.
of groups. I think it's a good idea. It's a good idea.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Next is Sangeeta Rivandan, and who's the first person? Anybody from that group, biological science group?
Sir, can I ask something?
Go ahead.
Sir, can I ask something?
Go ahead.
So before we move on to next presentation, I want to ask: do we need to do these projects that we have just proposed, or we just submit a write up like with literature review and our possible solution to the problem?
My suggestion is an ounce of action sometime is better than pound of reflection. So if you can do something apart from the review, you will first of all feel more committed to the problem personally. So that even when this course ends, when your submission ends, you might continue your effort in that direction, and maybe something more striking, more impactful will come out in a few months' time. So we are not expecting you to switch off your mind from this problem after the course ends. From 21st, you submit a report and forget about it. That's not what we're expecting. We're hoping that some of you will remain engaged with the mission that you have chosen on your own. And eventually, maybe a few months later, a few weeks later, we will find a better way of sustaining it. So Sachin, take some action, a small pilot, a small action research. That would be very useful. It will, whether it does anything else or not, it will reinforce your own confidence in your own commitment. Helps?
So, but before, in order to do that, in order to do that, we need some funding, and each of our group members should be free at the time to execute that project.
What I'm saying, these are all constraints, real constraints. So
yes, sir. Because beside our PhD work, this is like additional work
I completely agree. You know, Sachin, I don't want to say that, but all of us who have tried to make some small difference in the society had to fulfill all our official duties and yet stretch ourselves to pursue a goal which would help society at large. Isn't it? Isn't it true?
Yes, sir.
You will agree with that?
This is our this is our moral duty, basically.
So I'm saying that take all the constraints as given and still find a way forward. If there are no constraints, your creativity and innovative spirit will not come to fore. Because there are constraints, you will have to find some interesting way out. Maybe crowdfunding can be done. Sometimes there are people who are doing crowdfunding for stray animals. There are people who are doing crowdfunding for a pilot project. You know, there are several sites, Cato and many others, where you can do crowdfunding. You understand?
Last year, our a group of our students did it for the artist, the folk artist.
So, who did not get any job during the lockdown period, and they were having a hunger problem. So the class students did a project on raising funds for at least helping 12 artists from Rajasthan, who otherwise would have had great distress in their family because they had no work, no performances. So sometimes you will come out with creative ideas in solving problems. I hope you will do such a.
Yeah, we will try our best.
Yes,
thank you, sir. Thank you.
Yes. DP.
Sir, I have one more question, sir.
Yes, go ahead, Deepina.
Yeah, sir, since we have submitted the PPT and with the following adjustment, do we need to write it like a review or an article, or like how should we be submitting this?
You will have to review what are the available platforms, what are the weaknesses of that platform, how the future proposed platform, what features would it have, what services will offer, how will it be designed, so that if you share that report, maybe some other person will create it for you or with you. You understand?
Okay, sir. Okay, so more like a mini review type.
Correct. And with some specification, I had sent an outline. If you look at my comment to one of the group which had the same problem, that they had no IT background. So I said, you can write a specification of what the feature will be. It's called SRS. What will be the feature of this platform that has to be designed? Then some IT students can be found to work with you.
Okay, sir. Okay, I understand.
Yes.
Thank you, sir.
Next, please. Jitin, I'll come to you a little later. Let me go to the next group. Megha, next group, please speak up names.
Hello, sir.
Yes, go ahead. Go ahead, Rivandu.
So, good evening. So, actually, our proposed unmet need is regarding the utilization of agriculture waste product. So, we have seen like Assam is one of the main state that is producing this silk fiber, but there is no report yet on how the byproducts are being utilized by this rare earth. So we are to focus on this aspect by first we want to do the survey on identify those rarest each in sites and see how they are utilizing the waste product, and after that we will want to suggest them like there are many things we can do with the byproducts that can give them additional incomes. So
it's a good point, because in Harry, it is a castor leaf that is the raw material, and the cocoon. This is called non-violent silk because cocoon flies away. You don't boil the cocoon, unlike the conventional silk. So it is called ahimsa. It's a non-violent silk. Mughal silk is called non-violent. Ari silk is called non-violent silk. So there is a very great demand for it. Now, what happens to the cocoons from which fiber has been extracted? If you can find some uses for that, that will be very useful. It's a good point. It's a good project. A lot of people are engaged in this in Assam. And if you can find some uses of the byproduct, that will be useful.
Yes, so first for that, because there are no report yet, given the information on how much byproduct production is utilized.
Well. There is a silkworm excreta, for example, has been used with rice steep way back in 1966 by a Russian scientist to make, Mitrov was his name, and he made a gel which can be used for seed treatment so that it condenses the moisture from the air and makes it available to the seed when sowing is done in dry season. So please look at literature on silkworm excreta, on the shell, on the even other exudates, and you would find very interesting studies have been done. So put them together and see if you can do something beyond just review and develop some, find out some operational solutions also. That would be very nice.
Okay, sir.
Right.
Yes, sir. So can we proceed further with this topic?
You go ahead. Go ahead. This is a very important point. Go ahead. If you can do something, it will improve the livelihood of thousands of people. Lakhs of people. Yeah. Very important. Yes. Go ahead. Next one. Next.
Ashish Jaiswal, Vishnu Prasad.
Hello.
Then a small.
Hello, Ashish.
Hello, good evening, sir. This is Ashish Jaiswal from Indian Institute of Chemical Biology.
Yeah.
So we have identified the problem that is related to farmers actually. So we are proposing like creating a platform for vegetable farmers to get a reasonable price of their crops. So most of the time, even I have observed since my childhood, like sometimes farmers do not get the reasonable price of their crops. Okay, so due to that, they used to dump.
No, Ashish, let me stop you. This problem is well known, correct?
Yeah.
And
the problem is
there are large number of platforms that reveal the price in nearby markets.
Yeah.
So the price discovery platforms exist.
Yeah, but it is not just, sir, price discovery platform, sir. Actually, so I will have some points in addition to that, like how our application will be different from the existing one.
Okay, but I remember I mentioned to you that logistics will be very critical. So if you can pay attention to logistics and find out the ways in which small farmers can pool their output, because each small farmer has very small output, so they can't hire a truck or a vehicle for taking their output. So they have to cooperate, they have to pool. So there can be a pooling, output pooling platform there. I say I have got 5 quintal, you have got 10 quintal, somebody has 15 quintal. And a truck can be found when enough pooling has been done and a pathway can be tracked. If you can do that, nothing like that. All right.
Yes, sir. But actually, our application is a little different, sir. Means what we are proposing actually. So first advantage will be like it will be free of cost. Means there will be no subscription charge.
There are large. I had sent you the links of.
Yes, sir. I have seen. I have gone through that.
Yeah. So then please go ahead beyond that. Don't repeat the point that already have been addressed. I mean, what is
but
this
that application
free platform is
again,
not a great advantage. That already exists. Go ahead next with next feature.
But again, sir, this application will again act as a middleman actually, and they earn their profit.
My point is, Ashish, you have you look at e-Chapal?
So
you have not
like
studied the e-Chapal, no?
Not all the, but
Please
yeah.
study. Please study. ITC started this e-Chapal way back and have done thousands of crore worth of business by incorporating middleman as a partner in procurement, pooling and procurement. So kindly review existing platform. Don't repeat what has been done. Please, Ashish, I am again saying your life is precious. If you do something which has already been done, what is the point? Nobody will use your application. You understand the point?
But sir, problem is that till now the problem is not solved, sir. Even in
it may
the
not
village
have been
area,
solved everywhere. It may not have been solved everywhere. But if somebody has done business of 10,000 crores, it must have solved somebody's problem, isn't it?
Okay.
So try to find out in which region, for which commodities these platforms have worked, for which commodities they have not worked, and how can you focus on that? Okay.
Then, sir, we may create awareness related to this.
No.
Available.
You can look at the existing platform, find out the weakness in them, and then create a new one. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Next is Akshay Kumar.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, go ahead, Akshay.
Sir, we talked earlier about the mass dispenser machine and a disposer machine, integrated disposer machine.
That we have already discussed, then don't
yes,
have to repeat.
yes, sir.
Then
Yes.
it's okay. Next one. Next one, Nika. Rocky Raj, Mridula.
Sir, am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Sir, myself Prodito Samanta. My group member, myself and Rocky Raj and Mridula, we are from CSIR, Central Scientific Instrument Organization, Chandigarh. Our topic is cost-effective, low-emission, second-generation biofuel from green coconut waste.
Okay.
Will
it be, my question, will it be a unit which people can install at their plantation level, community level?
Yes, sir, our final aim is like that.
But my point is very simple. If you develop an industrial process which only large industries can use, then this is not the part that will not help CSIR 800, isn't it? So the goal
we
of
are aiming for the we are aiming for the green coconut seller. They can use this small plant. That plant we are trying to design, and if we are we get success in level.
But this is a very interesting problem. Go ahead with it. My only suggestion is, rather than designing a large plant, which only a bigger investment of hundreds of crores will require,
that will be,
if you can do something in 5 lakh, 10 lakh, that is something that people can afford. Otherwise, not.
Yes, sir. Trying to develop a semi-portable type plant
Very
that
good.
the
Very
green coconut seller, coconut fruit seller, who sells that coconut fruit, green coconut fruit all the day, and can collect his own waste.
This is a very serious
get back.
environmental problem also, because those shells of the coconut are thrown on the roadside and there is nothing much being done.
Yes, sir. That
so it's a very good problem. Very good problem. Very good problem. Go ahead, please.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, Anamika,
okay, sir. Thank you.
Adhip and Amber, Sakshi. Anamika Thakur, Adhip Mukhopadhyay, Amber, Sakshi. Anybody? They are not there. None of them is there. Next one. Mega, next one. Tamal Kanti, Priyashi. Who is the first one? Anybody from there? Achyut Bora, Ayman Parvez.
Yes, sir. Am I audible, sir?
Yeah, go ahead. Yes, Achyut.
Sir, our work on to overview how can we mitigate the problem of iron containing water, drinking water.
Yes.
So we have first designed that they do a case survey in both state of Assam and West Bengal and other states, neighbor states. So here we get to find out what are the health condition, health effect, and what are the main problem they are affecting with the containing of iron, drinking iron containing water. And we have find some probable solutions from that. We have seen some review paper in where they're using some canola oil and plus sulfur. By doing that, they can remove iron. So from here, so we are proposing using some that is palm oil and or can be olive oil that can be used to make some called of rubber type substance from that by reaction with sulfur. That polysulfur compound can chelate the iron. So here we are proposing that to solve the problem.
It's a very relevant problem. Very relevant problem. Dhimaji in Assam, as you know, has very high iron-rich water, and we have walked in Dhimaji district, and we know that this problem has still not been solved. So, if you can collect some real samples of iron-rich water from, where are you located?
Sir, right now I'm in West Bengal, Kolkata.
But if you can get some 5 liter or 10 liter whatever water from Dhimaji through your friends, then you will have.
Sir, here in West Bengal also there is same problem. Many people are affected, sir.
All right. So the conventional filter does clean the water and make it transparent. But the problem is that when you move it in a bottle after filling it up, it oxidizes. Dissolved iron gets oxidized. So you should try to see that the iron, even dissolved iron, can be removed, not just the visible iron. So this is a very important problem. Olive oil is very costly, so try to use some cheaper oils.
The palm oil.
Palm oil is okay. Even
yes, sir. Palm oil
mustard oil is cheap. Everybody uses in Bengal.
Yes, sir. We have to think about the structure, relativity structure to which we can use it.
So please go ahead and try to develop do some pilot test. Even if you don't do any review and develop a small method of solving this problem, I think your project would be very useful.
Yes, sir.
Because
we can
the importance of the problem is known to everybody. What is not known is method by which we can solve it. Nobody has solved it so far. There is no filter available to these people.
Yes, we have designed some methods, designed some filtration units where we can use that rubber type substance of that polysulfide.
Go ahead. Very good. Do some pilot, do some small experiments and develop a device by which affordable solution, which people can make themselves, a DIY solution, do-it-yourself solution. Okay.
Okay.
Develop a small graphic poster or illustration so that your project doesn't remain on the shelf. We'll be very happy to share it with the communities, and you can also share it with the communities and see whether they can make it themselves. You can make a small video also. All right, Achit?
Okay.
Whichever group is trying to work on a problem which is a DIY solution, do-it-yourself solution, make a small video, make a small graphic illustration so that people can see the video. Nowadays, a small video explaining the process is a very popular means of communication in local language. So very nice. Thank you.
Thank you.
Next, Ayan Banerjee, Anil Chandra, and Shivani Singh. Ayan is there? Ayan, Anil Chandra, Shivani, any one of you is there? Huh? Nobody is there?
Hello, sir. I am Ajit from group number 08.
08. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, sir. Actually, there is something problem in our computer end. So, can we present right now or we wait? Because you are calling group 10.
No, so we can go to group 8 because I called up the name of Anamika, Adhip, Amber, and Sakshi, but you did not.
Yeah, actually, there are some technical glitches.
No problem. You can go ahead now. You can start now.
Okay. So, should we share the screen?
You can.
Sure.
What is the problem you're working on?
Sir, actually, we are planning to develop a web resource that will basically take care of the circulating viruses that are circulating in the wastewater, and we will do it through metagenomics.
So what is it? Is a wastewater treatment technology?
No. So because yes. So let me just share my screen.
Yeah.
So our plan is to develop a wastewater-based viral epidemiological surveillance web resource. Okay, so whatever the viruses that are human, we in population we are shedding. So from wastewater we can get a glimpse what
Yes.
viruses are getting circulated and they are basically pattern.
But listen. That is a very important problem, but many scientists in the country are already working on it, isn't it?
Yes, sir. But they are mainly right now, they are mainly focused on SARS-CoV-2. That is the COVID-19 virus.
No. There are many more. My question to you is there a low-cost method by which people can figure it out, or health workers can figure it out, public health workers? Or it will require in-text lab technology to do that?
So actually, we are not planning to develop any that kind of technology. We are just planning to find which viruses are in a temporal basis. We are planning.
So you are going to do some testing of the water?
Yeah. We are going to perform some metagenomic analysis of wastewater treatment plant samples on a temporal basis. And based upon the results obtained, we will analyze the results and we will put them in a form of a web resource that will help the population as well as policymakers to understand which viruses are at which level, how they are increasing, their pattern is increasing, or what is the condition, right? Right now, most of the people are focused on SARS-CoV-2, but there are several viruses, enteric viruses, noroviruses. So they are also there.
Okay. So your goal is to create a platform and share this information, and also you will also put down the implication of these presence and the magnitude of the virus presence, isn't it?
Exactly. In an web interface format.
So you can say that current level is this. If it goes beyond this limit, it may cause public health problem. Is that right?
Yes.
So is this will this be on like mapped, like using your GPS or something? Whether it will be available on a map.
That will be very interesting. Then you can say which locality of Chandigarh is likely to be affected by which one. That will be very useful actually if you can do it a map. It is very simple. You can just map your samples on a web-enabled map. That's not a big deal.
Yeah. So because Chandigarh having 7 wastewater treatment plants right now.
So you can put them on the map and try to say which. I mean, the catchment area of which plant would be known,
Yeah.
So you can put down which catchment area has a greater vulnerability on which virus.
Exactly. And
that will still be useful. You have mentioned spatial analysis, so that you are already planning to do that actually.
Yeah. So temporal and spatial. We have
put a map also. That's a good point.
Okay.
All right.
So should we incorporate in the web interface right now?
Yeah, you can incorporate that in the web interface.
Okay.
Yeah, good. Next, please. Next. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Yes. And please, if any other group has any suggestion to each other, please go ahead. Next is Virender Singh. No, wait a minute. Ayan Banerjee, Anil Chandra, Shivani, Group 10. Is there anybody from Group 10? Nobody is there from Group 10. So, Mega, remember, we have to call them again tomorrow. Virender Singh, Amandeep, Tarandeep. Anybody from Group 11?
Hello?
Yeah, Amandeep,
Hello?
go ahead.
Sir, lastly we have discussed about the groundwater problem.
Is that where you were going to do the modeling and then in Haryana? Is that the same?
Yes, sir. Sir, actually, we got a mail to find the impact on the society.
Yes, because such modeling studies have been done for a long time. Your own group has done it. Your seniors have done it. So idea of doing another modeling study will not be of great use because people cannot use that. So if you can find a way by which you can take the data of groundwater situation in different parts of the state and then give some forecast as to which region is going to become serious or critical, which minerals are going to come in the water if they go beyond this level, all those kind of public health problem, the water supply availability problem. If you can point out some such things for a region, that would be much more useful than just a small modeling study for a village. That was my suggestion.
Sir, in addition to modeling, we will suggest the recharge method also.
No, but that you will suggest only for one village.
Yes,
I'm
sir.
saying, can you take a available data from Central Groundwater Board or whichever source, or the ETO or whichever organization maintain the water table data from in Haryana? You can collect the data. Your institute may be having this data already, actually. If you can use this data, do some macro modeling and indicate on a web interface on a map which region, say Ambala, what's going to be the serious problem, Karnal, what is the problem, Mahendragarh, what is the problem. If you can indicate 3 kinds of problem, which region is going to get how much affected by when.
Okay.
So for example, in some region, it is 10 feet per year decline, right? Somewhere 12 feet. In my campus, where I stayed for about 40 years, 36 years, every year we were losing almost 10 feet, 12 feet of water table.
Yes, sure.
No? So when I joined in 81, it was 200, and then you can imagine in 36 years how much deep it went. Now, when water table goes down, you know that mineral composition changes as well.
Yes, sir.
So can you make a map of Haryana showing to the people as to what problems are they going to face if they continue to decline, reduce water table? Can you do that?
That need some computational sources also with that.
Yeah, but you can use computational resources. You have data for each, let's say taluka. If you can take taluk as a unit rather than district is too big. You can take taluka as a unit, do some modeling, and as forecast which taluka in Haryana. You can do it for few districts, if not for the entire state. You can do it for even one district, doesn't matter. But do it well to help society become aware of the risks that they're going to face if they continue to use the water at the current level. And what methods can be used for different kinds of groundwater condition. Same method will not work in everywhere, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
So that could be a useful output of your project. Contingent solutions. Contingent means if this is the problem, that is the solution. So link solutions to the type of problem. Classify, create a taxonomy of the water declined water table. Somewhere it declines in some season, then comes up in the rainy season. Somewhere it remains low. Somewhere it is declining much faster. It's not the same kind of decline everywhere, isn't it?
Yes, sir. It is not same.
So make a typology of different kinds of water table problems in different parts of Haryana and suggest different kinds of measures for them. That's what I was thinking, that if your report can become useful, people can read your report and then take some action.
Okay. Actually, sir, the groundwater.
One community modeling will not take you very far. That's what I'm saying. It will be you will publish a paper, but it wouldn't change anything in society. Nothing will help. And I think with your genius, with your talent, with your skill, with your knowledge, you should try to make an impact. Bigger impact than what you are going to make with one community study. One community study you can do anyway as a part of your thesis, as a part of your research project. That's all right. Sir, does it make sense? Someone think about it. Think about it. Finally, it's your decision, but I'm thinking that if you can modify your problem, I have sent you a note to you also on that.
Yes, sir, I am seeing.
You can modify your problem and make it a little more impactful, because if you don't do that, nobody else will do it. We don't have too many people interested in this problem in a manner that you are. All right, think about it again. Next, Mega, next. Nagma Khan, Pallavi, Sumit, Sachin, Ravinder. Sachin Yadav, Sumit, Pallavi, Nagma, Ravinder. Anybody from this group? Anybody from this group? Nobody? Next one. Sanjeev Sarkar, Dibyendu, Nazrul Islam. Anybody from this group? Nobody?
Hello, sir. Hello.
Yeah, go ahead.
Hello.
Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
Hello, sir. My name is Dibyendu Das, and I am from CSR NIST. Actually, sir, you had already shared our slide yesterday, and we got some comments from you on your behalf. And accordingly, sir, first of all, I'm very much thankful for your suggestion, and we'll be following this. And in case of our proposal, we just propose that we'll just address a problem that is based on the diabetes management, based on the resources available in Northeast India. And we'll mainly focus on the traditional resources and traditional medicines that will include some
so I
plants.
remember that. Now my suggestion is,
yes,
if
sir.
you can make multi-layered map
okay,
of
sir.
the food biodiversity in different regions of Assam, or whichever districts you want to take, then the diabetic nature, the nature of diabetic cases reported in public health, if there's any data on that.
Yes, sir.
And then on the medicinal knowledge that is available in those regions.
Yes, sir.
And the lifestyle that is followed in those regions.
Yes, sir. Sure, sir.
So even if you can do some case studies, I think the linkage among the 4 variables will be very useful. That was my feedback to you.
Yes, sir.
And,
sir,
go ahead.
I have one question. Sir, can we make the report based on the available evidences? Because, sir,
okay, why not? Why not? My only suggestion is bring some degree of realism. If you do that, I'm fully with you, because society needs that kind of interaction. Review. People have not reviewed all the 4 things together, which you are going to.
Yes, sir. Sir, and thankfully we got some information regarding that use of foods. Like I am giving one example. Like Northeast India, the people, some communities in the Northeast India, they consume fermented soy products.
Correct.
And it has been established by several researchers that the people who are consuming fermented products and the incidence of diabetes is much more lower.
Correct.
So that is why the countries like Japan, Thailand, the incidence of diabetes is much more lower in compared to the Western countries. And one good indication is that is maybe due to the consumption of fermented foods, fermented soy foods, etc. So and interestingly, people from Northeast India, they consume fermented soy products, and apart from that, there are so many fermented foods they consume.
Correct.
So probably we'll focus that on that also.
That also. Very good point. Very good point. Go
and
ahead.
Apart from that, we'll go for the probiotic content also. That what kind of probiotics and some beneficial roles of the probiotics, so that we can recommend people that what to avoid and for what to go for. So that we'll have a basic idea about that.
Yeah, if you can take 1 or 2 case studies also, that will be very nice.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Show the linkage in the 4th. Very nice. Very nice.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Next one, Rahul, Suryakant, Madhusmita. After that, we'll take a break for 5-7 minutes. Rahul, Surya, Madhusmita, and Naveen. Anybody from this group? Anybody? Rahul, Suryakant, Madhusmita?
Yes, sir. Good evening, sir.
Naveen, go ahead.
This is Naveen from Group 14.
Yes,
sir, we just received your feedback yesterday, so we need some time. So I request
next
you to
time.
please.
You can do it tomorrow.
Yes.
I mean, next
Yes,
class.
sir.
You can do it
Yes,
next.
sir.
What was the problem?
It was eco-friendly and sustainable utilization of corn cob ash as a partial replacement of sand.
Yeah. I sent you several references also.
Yes, sir, regarding transportation and yes.
Yeah, good. Do revise your proposal. It's a very interesting point and a very interesting problem. Other than fuel, there can be many more useful products.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Okay.
And next one. Next. Before we break,
hello?
shall we? Go ahead.
Anil sir, may I please disturb you for a minute, sir?
Sure, go ahead.
Yeah, so actually, my name is Ayan Banerjee. We are from Group 10. Due to heavy rainfall in this region, actually, we are facing a lot of connectivity issues right
now. So you can go ahead now. Not a problem.
Okay. Can we, sir?
Yeah, please go ahead.
All right, sir. Okay. So I'm sharing our presentation.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead.
Yes.
No. You have shared this. Yes.
Yeah. Yes, sir. May I ask my fellow teammates if they are able to join? Actually, I'm sitting in laboratory.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. Anil and Shivani, are you there, please?
Anil Chandra Kothari and Shivani, are you around? All right, you go ahead. I don't hear
All right,
them.
sir. All right, sir. I'll be presenting on behalf. All right.
Yes.
Yes, sir. So, majorly, sir, we have an idea of prospecting for the sewage sludge biorefinery. The problem that we have actually cited for the unmet need is that
No, so
in
this
India.
problem is well known. Problem is well known. Go to the solution.
Yes, sir.
We recognize the problem. We recognize the
Yes,
problem.
sir.
What is
Yes,
the
sir.
way you are trying to solve it?
Yes, sir. We are actually trying to club the thermochemical as well as biochemical routes available for different feedstocks to create a sketch and develop a plan for the sewage sludge biorefinery.
Now
So that
listen. You will do that. IIP will do that as a part of its normal research program. Correct?
Sir.
You have got published papers and there are references that you have given in your slide just now below. Correct?
Yes, sir.
Now,
not a paper till yet, sir. Just the idea.
Yeah. But what I'm saying is that you have given reference and you are doing work, and this is a well-known mainstream research of IIP. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Now the question is, a community in a slum,
sir,
which faces the adverse effect of overflow of sewage water,
Yes, sir.
can they benefit from anything that you're going to do? If not, then it is useful for municipal corporations. Correct? And that you
Yes,
should
sir.
do as a separate project. I mean, that will not help the goals of CSIR 800, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
So my request is to all three of you, look at what can you do for slum dwellers who face severe adverse consequence of sewage overflow because they live in low-lying areas. Often sewage overflows there and they suffer from the health hazard and everything else. So if you can think of a small scale unit which can help them to process this in some way and generate some useful output of it, they can generate livelihood also out of it, nothing like that. So we have heard about rag pickers. We have not
Sure,
heard
sir.
about sewage processors. You understand?
Actually, we have planned to include that section of human resource in that part.
Not include. That is the only focus you should have. How can
Yes,
small scale sanitary workers or poor people living in sewage overflow conditions process it and generate value-added products for their livelihood? That is a very useful, impactful project which will affect the poorest people of our country. Sanitary workers are
Exactly.
the poorest people of our country.
Exactly, sir.
So can you focus on that?
Sure, sir.
And that has to be done in very low cost. So you can't set up a plant there. You will have to set up a small unit where they can extract some useful products out of it and generate their income.
Yes,
so
sir.
you have to rework on your project. Okay.
Right, sir.
You understood the point?
Exactly, sir.
Yeah.
I got it.
Good. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
It will be very useful service you will do for the poorest people of our country.
Right, sir.
So we will take a break now. Anamika, how much time we can give a break for? We are at 7 o'clock. 10 minutes, 7 minutes, 8 minutes. How much? How many groups we have? We have done 15. We have about 60. So we do, yeah, we are in good shape. 20.
Let us give for 10 minutes.
10 minutes, okay. 10 minutes.
We can have at least 5, 6
more. Yeah. So 7:10 we will meet. All right, friends? 7:10. Please come back at 7:10. All right. Hey, welcome back.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Sir, I'm Ravinder Kumar from CSR MPL Delhi, sir. Actually, we
Okay.
sent our PPT to you yesterday, and we also get feedback from your side. But and you asked us like two kind of questions. One is like we propose novel mask for the early detection of COVID, and another one is like we also propose like how Ayurveda will help to control these pandemic situations. Along with that part, we also proposed two survey. One is offline survey and another one is online survey to how to control like in future if any like corona peak will come, then how we can tackle the things. And so we will get to know from the rural background also. Actually, basically, sir, our target is rural background. Actually, how people are facing.
My suggestion is that National Institute of Ayurveda in Jaipur
Okay, sir.
and All India Institute of Ayurvedic Sciences in Delhi.
Okay.
Both have done extensive trials of Ayurvedic medicines, both prophylactic and as well as curative.
And sir,
You might like to discuss with them whether they will share some
Your
data
voice
with
is
you.
echoing
I don't know why it is that. I'm also not.
because maybe you have logged in from two devices. Or any of your speaker is on.
Wait a minute. Is it okay now? Hello?
Yes, it's okay now.
So maybe there was some problem. So my suggestion is that if you can use the data that exists, systematically collected data of people who were given Ayurvedic preventive doses.
Okay, sir.
And they were control people who were not given, and what is the incidence of COVID infection and what degree of infection, both. This data exists on a very large sample in both the institutes that I mentioned. You can give my reference and write to them.
And sir, in rural background, we would like to spread some awareness to the rural people. So
the awareness can only be evidence based.
Okay, sir, fine.
Correct. You have to have evidence.
Yes, sure.
So you cannot just say, I take kadhas and all of that, but that I'm one sample. I'm unit of measurement unit is only one. You can't draw any inference from my behavior. I may say that, yeah, it has helped me, but how does it matter? It's not a scientifically valid statement. One person having or not having doesn't make any difference. You have to have a proper sample and proper statistics.
Like nowadays, rural people are facing the problem like they are not getting vaccine against the COVID. So
no, that is a different problem. That's a different problem. So you have to decide. You can't tackle too many problems in one project,
Okay, sir, fine.
So think of focus. If you want to talk about synergy between Ayurvedic and allopathic treatments, that's a good subject. And you take data and analyze it as rigorously as you can.
Okay, sir.
And maybe create evidence of the kind that will convince people about the claimed benefits of synergy.
Okay, sir. And another thing we also propose, sir, that novel corona mask to detect early detection for the COVID. So
are you saying that the mask will detect the corona?
Yes, actually, one technique is there, sir, CRISPR-Cas technology. Once I read one article from MIT, some scientists just now published in the last few weeks, one report that they are using one sensor in the mask, and like that mask itself have some water droplets.
But tell me one thing, what is the benefit of that? You are going to market.
Actually, sir, RT-PCR.
Just wait, just listen. You are going to the market and your sensor rightly identifies that now there is a COVID infection.
Yes, sir.
That person, you don't know among the 50 people that you have passed through, among the 50 people that you went through, who among them had COVID? Can you find out? You cannot find out.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
They have all been within 1 meter of yours.
Okay, sir.
What's the benefit? I remember that incident, that comment, and I gave it this reaction that it makes no sense to me. It makes no sense to me. Does it make sense to you?
Actually, sir, that report said like we will get like within a fraction of 90 minutes. We will
90
get to
minutes,
know.
the person has gone away at least 50 kilometers away.
Okay, sir.
In 90 minutes, people may have gone about, 30 to 35, 40 kilometers away.
Okay, sir. Fine.
How do I know now? Who do I contact? How do I trace?
Yes, sir. That's the problem.
I went to a shopping center, came back, found that indicator was the color change or whatever, that there was a COVID infection. Now, if it affects me, that means I should get tested now to see whether the COVID has really infected me, or it is just on the mask. That benefit is there, but it does not help in tracing the source. It can help in finding out whether I have been infected.
Okay, sir. Okay. Fine.
So think of it that if you have been infected, it will show up after 4 days,
Yes, sir.
So what is the benefit of the mask? After 4 days, you should get tested. That is the benefit. That if you were not having this mask, you would not have got tested.
Or if I
sir.
I know that I am in a vulnerable situation, I will isolate. At least my family will be saved.
Yes. So I think there is a benefit in terms of you get isolated, you quarantine yourself. Number one. Number two, you get a test done after 4 days.
Okay,
to that
sir.
point, that extent, it is useful.
Okay,
So
sir.
go ahead. If you want to work on that technology, by all means, go ahead. That benefit is there.
Okay, sir. Sure. Thank you so much, sir.
All right. Okay. Ayushi, Astha, Babita, Devendra, Kamini. Anybody?
Hello, sir.
Yes.
So this is Devendra from Group 15.
Go ahead.
We sent a presentation day before yesterday. We would first like to have your feedback on that. Then I think we shall proceed in that direction furthermore.
What was the problem?
So managing the unmet needs on curbing the laboratory addiction for plastics. As a life science scientists and scholars, we generate a huge amount of plastic waste in terms of and daily routine practices in like plastic tips, falcons, gloves we use, Appendogs, and especially
biodegradable plastic to be used in gloves and other things? Is that what you're suggesting?
Yeah. We are thinking of like alternatives to single-use plastics, basically, and just reducing or reusing the amount of plastics we use on daily basis in our labs.
That's a very good problem. It doesn't affect society at large, but it reduces the waste. To that extent, the benefit is there.
Yeah.
If you reduce the waste, it does affect society. So it is not only the lab, it can be used anywhere then.
Yeah.
So you want to do analytical work or you want to do a review? What do you want to do?
So basically a review, because like in COVID times, we are not able to access all the labs. Like we have some restrictions in our institutes also. We will just have to take a survey and the amount.
Well, if you can do a review of all biodegradable plastic work that is being done in the world in the last 5 years, I mean, if you can review that and show some promising lines in which research first be done, and if some solutions can be, if you can find some DIY solutions, you can also summarize them. So what can communities do when they get plastic in their home from the shopkeeper? What can they do? If you can think of adding that section to your research, that will be very useful.
Okay, sir, definitely. We will like to have your feedback also.
Yeah. But this is one point that you should add.
Okay.
Next one. David Dayanidhi, Ashok Raj, Indhu, Kalipriya, Darshini. Anybody? Group 16. David, Ambu 371, Ashok Raj, Indhu, Kalipriya, Darshini. Nobody's there? Next one. Make a write down the ones which are absent today so we can start with them tomorrow.
Yes, sir.
And send a mail to them also today that they should present tomorrow. Tomorrow means next class. Next one. 17. Mega. Group list is already mentioned in the chat. Please, group 12, Ravinder, you have already presented. Who else is there now? Okay, Manju and Mehak Gupta. Manju Bala, G17. Manju Bala is there? Mehak? No, they are also not there. Parimala Devi, Pushpa Ragini, S, G18. Anybody from there? ICT? Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead, Parimala.
Sir, Pushparagini have the meeting, sir. We have taken permission to present tomorrow, sir. Is it okay, sir? Because I have already given the presentation in the previous class, sir. Based on that, we are working to make it better, sir.
Okay, so can we move on to the next group then?
Yeah, go ahead, next one. Shilpa, Sony, Baljit. Anybody? Shilpa, Sony, Baljit, nobody there? Yeah, Namika, call the next one, please.
Yes, sir, we are here.
Okay, yeah. Please continue.
Rituraj, you can add your group in the chat and we will add it in the list. You can group, you give the group numbers and also add the title, or you can directly add in the list itself. The link is given there. Nega, give the list again, link again.
Yes, sir.
Go ahead, please.
Yes, sir. Sir, we are going to cover the our topic is that unknown mechanistic understanding of naval route drug delivery in traditional practice of nutmeg use for relieving of flatulence in infants. So we have gone through the available data online or the literature, and as the problem you have stated that it is this remedy is used on based on the theory, beliefs, and experience of the different people of the different cultures, and the practice is known for 1,000 years, and no existing mechanistic study is there. So there is lack of scientific theory and leads to the limited adoption in the current contemporary era. So we, for literature study, present literature study, we have targeted these three topics. That is the bioactive components of nutmeg for gastric and indigestion, and then the naval route based drug delivery studies present, or what could be the possible physiology. And there is another traditional method used for relaxation and stress relieving, that is Pichoti method. And based on that, we will be proposing our hypothesis and what could be the possible physiology for this naval route drug delivery. So, sir, shortly covering the nutmeg, the bioactivity of the nutmeg. It is known for the various things like providing relief from insomnia and for lowering the blood pressure. It is one of the few main reasons why it is used in the we can say in the infants for the digestive problems, for covering for treating the digestive problems. That is because it helps in the it is used for detoxifying the kidney and the liver. So it can remove toxins from the liver, and it can help in the proper functioning of the kidney, and it can also tackle its infection. And in digestive system, it stimulates the stomach and digestive juice increase. It is because it has stimulant properties. The myristicin compound present in the is the main compound of the nutmeg, which is essential oil, nutmeg essential oil, which has stimulating properties, and which increases the blood circulation, which could be responsible for increasing the digestive juices increase in the stomach and simulating the stomach, and finally reaching intestine and removing the gas from there. So in the Pichotti therapy, it is also known as Nabi Chikitsa, in which they use the essential oils, which is absorbed from the navel. And in the Ayurveda, it is said that Pichotti gland has around 72,000 veins, and the Pichotti gland is present behind the umbilicus, that is our belly button. And these 72,000 veins are connected to different body parts of the body parts. So this is because of this, it is the effect. It helps in various treatments using this Pichotti therapy, and but there is no scientific community because of the no scientific studies. The scientific community doesn't really accept this therapy, and so that is why in many papers and many publications also they have said that there is no scientific evidence of presence of the Pichotti gland. So what could be the possible physiology for the navel route drug delivery is we need to understand the difference. I have come to the conclusion that when we were in a fetal state, we get all our nutrients and oxygen from placenta. So the umbilical cord that is connected to the liver and to the heart, directly to the heart, and then the whole circulatory system is like the blood will flow from placenta to umbilical cord, and then it will go to the umbilical vein, which is directly linked to the liver, and from there, ductus venous directs the oxygenated blood to the heart. This ductus venous is active only in the fetal state. After the birth, it converts into the ligamentum venosum, and then this blood flows from our heart to the it bypass lungs because lungs are not active in the fetal state, and then it goes to the other digestive tract, and it collects all the toxins, and which then goes, and the deoxygenated blood also goes to the back to the placenta from the passing through the spleen and urinary bladder to the placenta. So this was the fetal circulation. But when after the birth, this umbilical cord is cut, because of which this supply stops. And as per the literature, this umbilicus, after cutting of the umbilical cord, the umbilical vein slowly starts drying up. So it is still active till the first 2 to 3 months of the fetal age, of the newborn age. So this umbilical vein, which is directly connected to the liver and the heart. So maybe the possible physiology could be that the nutmeg extract we are using for the for treating flatulence is that the active compounds of the nutmeg are being absorbed from the umbilical vein, which is stimulating the blood circulation and which increases the digestive system, increase the digestion of the child, and which further leads to the relieving of flatulence in the babies. And it is seen, and it is as per the literature, this umbilical veins with time stops converting into the ligaments. So it dries out after some time. So for the infants, the navel route drug delivery could be effective because it is still active at that stage. And one of the literature I have found in which the umbilical cord status is shown in the different age groups. The image 1 is the rounded, the highlighted portion with the circle is the umbilical cord, which is still active, and it is in the body, in the liver or body part of the 3 weeks child. And then the next postmortem image of the
Can you be briefer now? So while
Yes.
what you have explained to us is very well, so
Yes,
what
sir.
is the next stage? Now this we understood. We
Yes, sir.
understood that for 3 months, it seems to have much greater effectiveness.
Yes, sir.
But what
So
you're
with
saying is that among the adults, it apparently has limited use. My suggestion is don't focus only on the gland, but also look at other veins or nerves which are getting connected to the navel. Because if you apply as fatida, for example, to an adult person also,
Yes, sir.
it will help in bowel movement. It will help in gas release.
Yes, sir.
So that means there must be some other points of inflection or points of inducement which are also still active among adults. What are those? I don't know, but maybe you can look into them. You can talk to some physiologist and get some insight from them.
Yes, sir. Sir, for that we have I have got some literature in which the testosterone study is carried out in the rat model, and for the naval absorption of the testosterone, and they have shown that the high absorption of testosterone through the plasma and plasma profile and the urinary recovery data. So we will I will further look into the other options also, as you have suggested.
Yeah. No, it's a very interesting project. Very, very interesting, because as you have discovered, scientists had ignored this pathway for a very long time, and we discussed in the class also earlier. I'm very happy that you picked up that point, and we're looking forward to some very insightful learning from your project. If you need to get in touch with some doctors or some medical scientists, let me know. If you are not able to find out, we can try to get you in touch with gastroenteritis and other experts. If you are not,
So I will try at my level. Otherwise, I will communicate with.
Yes.
Yes.
Very good. Thank you. Very good. Anybody else has any comment on that? Because this is a very useful example of how traditional knowledge, not validated for such a long time, may at least move forward. And why Chinese are doing, but we are not paying attention. So anyway, next group, Mega. Akriti Kodesia, you can remove your presentation. Akriti Kodesia, Vrishali, Rekha. Anybody is there? Akriti, Rekha, Vrishali from IMTech. No, there is no class tomorrow. I'm sorry, I'm using the word tomorrow, but actually it is on 29th and 30th. Abhishek, you are right. I'm sorry, I'm using this term wrongly. I should say the next class, not tomorrow, next class. You are right. Akriti, Rekha, Vrishali. Nobody there? Okay, next one, G21. Sandeep, Pulkit, Rashmi, Chirandeep, Amit.
Good evening, sir.
Yeah, good evening.
Our group is from Amtech, and we are basically focusing on the problem to install the solar charging points, as there is a lack of public charging points. So in case of any emergency, or in case of today's scenario, we can see that at the places where the power cut is for very long time, the students who have to conduct their...
Sorry, Pulkit, sorry to interrupt you. But this kind of chargers exist for a long time. You have solar lamp, which also have a charging button. You have many solutions for that. It is not an unmet need.
This is basically for the public places, sir. As
But
at the public,
anywhere, wherever you can have a charging point, for example, airport, whether it is charged by electricity or solar energy is a matter of detail. You can do either, isn't it?
So this is basically focusing for the areas where the power cut is for very long area.
Correct.
There they don't have any other option.
No. I'm not denying the point, but I'm saying this solution exists. Solution exists. A shopkeeper.
But it's not solving the problems for some who are from that area, sir. Basically, our
you're not getting my
project
point.
is to solve the problem.
No. Wait a minute. Please understand. Anybody using a battery can charge the cell phone. You know, battery backups are available. Battery backup can be charged by electricity or it can be charged by solar energy. There are solar chargers available in the market. Shall I show you on the net how many solar chargers are available?
That we know everything is available,
but then where is the novelty? Where is the new insight that you're bringing to the market, to the society? But where are you bringing new insight? Now let me show you solar charger ranging from 668 rupees. Let me just share for a minute. I mean, there must be something some value you are adding. What value are you adding? But what value are you adding? That's the point. Look at this. These are all available.
So, but everyone can't buy their own. This is for only those people who can't.
But please. Are you saying you can make a solar charger in less than 600 rupees cost, including the panel and the converter and all of that? Are you saying that?
Sir, this is not about the cost. This is if it will be installed at the public places, that is for the free use. Everyone can't buy that.
Let me just. Pulkit, you will be able to, sir. Let me interrupt in this. Pulkit, you will be able to do it all in all the bus stands, all the railway stations, all the public places in India.
That we alone we can't do that.
So now the point is, if the technology is available, the application is available, the material is available. So what is the new thing that you are bringing on table? So the idea is not only doing social work, right? Here, you all are technology students. We expect technological solutions for the problems that you have identified. Now, if the solution exists, then there's something has to be outstanding for you to contribute to this, or the application has to be very outstanding, the material has to be very novel. There should be something new, right? Otherwise there's no point doing it. So what Professor Gupta is suggesting, that think of a problem which will need your focus for some time and you will be able to make some difference. राइट अगर एक बस स्टैंड में लगा दिया तो बाकियों की क्या गलती है भाई राइट सो योर प्रोजेक्ट शुड बी एन विंडो टू अ लार्जर रिसर्च एरिया इन द फ्यूचर जिसको आप या आपके जूनियर्स आके भी पूरा करेंगे ठीक है
So I will not deny the point that there is a need for charging stations, whether solar or electricity is a matter of detail. Depending upon which areas, what supply is available, you can do that. Even if power goes often, you have a battery backup. So if you have a small solar charge battery, that will work when the power is not there. Question is not whether that solution is existing. Question is somebody will have to install it, maybe the transport. You can write a mail to the transport commissioner and request, and you can also write a mail to the railway authorities, and you can write a mail to the municipal corporation and tell them that, look, why don't you install solar power battery backups as well as phone chargers so that people are convenienced. That much is justified. That you can do, and you must do that. But that is not a project. That is an effort that you should make to solve a gap in social need by writing a mail to all these people and follow them up. Then after some time, if the mail is not replied, call them up. That you must do. That is not, I'm not denying the need for doing that. You should do that, but that is not very valuable use of your time. That's all I'm saying. You are so talented, all of you. You have so much insight. We will not get four of you, Pulkit, Rashmi, Charandeep, Amit, again, from such an illustrious background, solve a social problem. So take a more challenging problem. All right, Pulkit? Take a more challenging problem, which you can tackle.
Sir, we have, hi sir, this is Rashmi here. We have another unmet need, that is the single use of plastic like shampoo sachets that are the wastage nightmares.
Yes.
So what?
Rituraj, please stop. Let them speak. Please, 1 minute. Let me speak. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
Shall I?
Yeah, no, Rashmi was speaking.
We have another problem, which is the unmet need, which we find out is the use of single plastic like shampoo sachets, which are
Right.
the waste nightmares.
Correct. So are you
So,
talking
these
about low cost biodegradability of the plastic at the home level or at the community level? Is that what you're talking about?
we are talking about the shampoo sachets, which
It is
we
true.
use
It
in
is
the
true.
homes.
Correct. I agree. So are you saying that these sachets should be processed at home by some technology that you are going to make available? Is that what your focus is? The need is all right.
Yes,
I mean,
sir.
this plastic should be digested. Some other groups are also
Yes,
working
sir.
on plastic digestion. Some people are working on pyrolysis. Some people are working on the biodegradable decomposition, digestion. So you can also develop some digestion systems, some microorganisms you can screen.
So
Maybe
what we will suggest in our solution for
suggestion,
this unmet
please.
need.
No.
So
Suggestion is
for
no.
this,
Wait a minute, Rashmi. Suggestion is known. This recommendation is known that we need technologies for digesting plastic.
but yes, we can also implement at our level if we
Correct.
if we
If you
would like to.
can do a pilot project, if you can do a small pilot project, a small action research project, that will add value.
So what
That will
we have
certainly add value.
thought is by using the parafilm to pack that shampoo. Parafilm, it is a waxy, semi-transparent, flexible film which is biodegradable. It is a blend of waxes and polyfins. So this parafilm can be used to pack that shampoo, or shampoo bowls can be made out of it.
But you
And
know
we
that is a known technology. You can write a letter to the company, to CEO of Unilever, CEO of Patanjali and all of them who are selling these. That is a useful thing to bring to their notice. I'm saying,
does Patanjali have that? Does
adding?
Patanjali have that shampoo in the parafilm bowls? I don't think so.
No, you didn't understand what I'm saying. I said you can write to the chairman of those companies which are not following it to use this technology. You can recommend them. If you think that they're not aware, please write a mail to the chairman of the company which are making these packages by single-use plastic to change their use of packaging material to a biodegradable. That you must do. But again, this is well known. I mean, on the web, if you search the biodegradable plastic, you will find so many different kinds of plastic. This is only one of them. Correct? Do you know that rice starch, corn starch is used for making biodegradable plastic? In Gurgaon, several malls are using the bags made out of corn starch.
Yes,
you
sir.
know that?
Yes, sir. Exactly.
It is already in the market. It's already in the market. So what I'm trying to say
we
is
are
that these
talking.
solutions
But
are
we are
known.
here.
These solutions are known. You have to bring some new insight on the table, something which was not known, so that we know that if 4 of you had not done this project, the society would have been deprived of an insight. Add value, add something. I mean, how will we justify that 4 of you, such a talented colleagues, came together and did not add any new value? How would we justify that? How will you justify to yourself? Your life is precious. Your time is precious. Bring some insight on the table, which otherwise, if you were not doing this project, we would have missed it. So my suggestion is, yes, go ahead.
But till now, our group haven't seen any parafilm bowls in Chandigarh.
Wait a minute. That is not the way to find the problem. If it is not there, you can write to Chandigarh administration and give them a list of vendors available on net, which are supplying biodegradable plastic. All right, that is a simple thing to do. Just, shall I show you how many suppliers are there in India? I can show you just now. So it is a very simple problem.
We can search for that. I know, sir, we know that many suppliers would be there, but if the problem is not implemented,
Please, wait a minute. No. But problem is not implemented. You may do a campaign for that. That by all means you can do that. You should write letters. You should send mail. I'm not denying that. But just let me show you how many people are there in the country who are selling biodegradable plastic. Send this list to the company. Send this list to the municipal commissioner of Chandigarh. Send this list to the lieutenant commissioner of the Chandigarh Union Territory. Do that all. You must do that. I'm not denying the need for that, but will that justify A project on that?
Which institute are you from, Rashmi Pulkit?
IMTech. Highly sophisticated research institute, microbial technology, wonderful place. They can find so many other applications of the microbial technologies which people may not have, for bio waste, for crop waste, for COVID waste, and so many other things. Are you able to see the list? I can show you. Biodegradable economy filter, 120 rupees a kg. 75 bioplastic, this you can leave it out. Translucent plastic, degradable plastic bags, 300 rupees kg. All of these are given there. Please find out. You will search more. So please don't do what can be done easily by just searching for a half a minute or 10 seconds or 20 seconds. If somebody can find this, obviously you are right that policymakers are not serious about it. So you should write a mail to them. What else can you do? The technology is available. It's available off the shelf. It is not very costly. And if they are not using it, you should write to them. Write to them repeatedly. Get a signature campaign. Get 50,000 people, 5 lakh people to write to them. Change.org. Go to change.org. Start a campaign. All that you should do. Nobody is denying that. As a citizen, we must do. We must take part in changing the program and policies of our country. I'm only saying that this is nothing. You are not adding any new value. That's all. Campaign as an activist, you must do that. And I would definitely wish that you do it. Will that become a project?
Okay, thank you.
Unless you review some new technologies, unless you maybe find out there are solutions that may not be known in the market, you can find some new solutions. You can review what is latest happening on biodegradation, or some new technologies becoming apparent, and then can they be used at the societal level, community level? That will be something useful if you can do that. All right. Otherwise, please modify, think of some other applications of your talent, of your knowledge, of your science, of your skills, where some problem is solved. And there are a lot of problems which can be solved. Within the degradation of plastic, you can try to see whether there are some new research done anywhere in the world which can be deployed in our country. And if you can do a review of latest technologies which have come up in the last 3 years, by all means do that and find out the feasibility and also the viability of those technologies in our country. That will be a useful project. But you should try to see whether they are applicable at the societal level. If it is just a literature review of the research, people may not be able to find useful. But still, if you want to do that, go ahead. All right.
Okay.
Yeah. Next one, please. Rituraj, my question is, which technologies do you use for charging? Is of less consequence? What is important is, there are mechanical chargers, if you are aware, hand cranking. These were available 20 years ago. I had one with me. You do cranking, you just move the handle and it charges. That is what electromagnetic charger is all about. These are available. Just search on the net, you will find it available. For last 20 years, these are available. So 15 years. So please take up something. Suvankar Bose, Diwa, Thagraki, Bilash, Sunny. Anybody is there, please? Sunny, Kumar. This group is not there. Next one. Group 23 is not there. Charu Sharma, Jeet Vishwakarma, Simadri Badatia, please. Anybody from this group?
Hello, good evening, sir.
Yeah, good. Go ahead, Charu.
Good evening, sir. Myself, Charu Sharma from CSIR Ampri, Bhopal. So our topic for the unmet need is the proper disposal and judicial use of chemicals in laboratories. So first is the basic problem is that the proper disposal mechanism is not available in our labs so that we can dispose the chemicals properly, and ultimately it is polluting our water bodies, or soil pollution is created out of it. So there are many
Charu, I think the problem you have picked up is quite valid, but Labs total, let us say, contribution to the water body may be 1,000th of the total contribution by other chemical units, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
So if you can take up the problem of how to attenuate, how to ameliorate the problem of pollution in water bodies in a manner that communities can mobilize their action, can work together and solve this problem in some way. If it is for municipal corporation, then again, that kind of a unit, NIRI will work on that. Your institute may have done work on that. IIP is working on those kind of problems, as it was mentioned a little while ago. So if it is useful for a municipal corporation, I think that's all right. But what we are doing is, we are trying to see how the bottom of the economic pyramid benefit from our projects. That is the focus. Focus is on how to get the benefit of our talent, our insight, our skill to the people who otherwise will never be able to afford us.
Okay.
They can't engage, they can't hire people like you to solve their problem, isn't it? Here is an opportunity when you are offering voluntarily to work for them. So pick up a problem that, let's say, workers or people who live around the water bodies, how can they insulate themselves?
Okay, sir.
I give you one example where one student from ICT Mumbai had developed, he got a Gyati award for that. He developed a treatment which workers, when they spray pesticide, they could apply on their body because they don't use safety gear, and the pesticide would not affect their body. Okay. Now, that was a very direct solution for poorest people, the workers, laborers who spray pesticide in the field. That's a good example of what chemists can do to safeguard the conditions of the workers. This is one example. There could be many more. So if you think of what slum dwellers could do,
Sir, there are many problems. There are other many problems also related with the chemicals. Like in schools and in educational institutions, we don't use chemicals means judicially. I mean to say that when one reaction can be done from one drop of chemical, then what's the need of to use that 15 or 20 ml chemical per student? So
that's a good point. That's a very good point.
So it can create a large amount of chemical waste is generated out of it. Chemical reaction can be done with one drop also.
So if you look at the schools, if you focus on school labs,
yes, sir,
and show how by judicious use, some method that you can show, and then you can make some posters and small videos, and test it out with the school principals or science teachers.
Yes, sir.
That will be very useful.
Yes, sir. So, sir, one thing is that, and so second problem is that there are many chemicals are in laboratories or at industries or in hospitals also. There are many chemicals in which the names are not encrypted properly, and they are present in there for many years, from last say to 20 years, 30 years, and people don't know which chemical is that. And they can't dispose it, they can't do anything out of that material, they can't even use it because they don't know which chemical is it. So something can be created to destroy or dispose these type of chemicals, or in future we can create packaging materials like that, the proper name or proper manufacturing date, expiring date of that
well, that is required. If somebody is not doing it, I mean, somebody is violating the law, then that is not a.
So may I?
Yeah, go ahead.
So most of the chemical bottles are made up of the plastics, and some of them are the glass materials. So if we can able to do that, like the names will be encarved and the expiry date should be encarved over it, then it will be very easy. Or maybe the formula may be encarved in the bottles. So it will be very easy for take 25 years after 25 years also.
No, but you don't expect the bottle to be used for the same chemical over and over again. And the cost of bottle goes up. I mean, we have been using bottle with labels very well. All the medicines we buy in the bottle are with labels, isn't it? So that answer is that is there. You know that we all the medicines we buy in the chemist shop, bottled medicines, liquid medicines, are with a label, aren't they?
Yes.
And we have not come across any problem because the label disappeared. Yes, it may disappear. I agree with you, but that is not a serious issue.
But okay.
Yeah, so let us look at a serious issue. I think the problem, Charu, that you have mentioned about school labs, and there are lakhs of schools in our country, and if they're all wasting the chemicals and thereby not learning about, this will have two effects. One, this will save chemicals. Secondly, it will educate children about better disposal of waste, chemical waste.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
So I think there are two advantages of a project aimed at school labs.
Okay, sir. So we
Okay.
can
Just
do,
shift the focus
on
and work
educational
out.
institutions.
Work out the
Education.
schools. Focus on school,
Okay,
higher
sir.
secondary school, 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th. And then
Okay, sir.
it will have a huge impact. We should send I'll recommend that you send your report to CBSE, you send it to the Ministry of Education, School Secretary, Anita Karwal, and other people. Send your project to them and request them to enforce it. And I will also put my weight behind it, because this is such a useful thing that will happen. All right?
Okay, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, good. Very good.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
But sir, such guidelines are available. It is a matter of
No, she's talking of two things, not safe use of chemical. She's saying sometimes we are using too much of chemical when much less can help solve that chemical experimental.
that is done by the protocol only, na?
So the protocols are not precise. I mean, she's saying that instead of using 15 ml, somewhere if you want to use 1 ml, probably we can still show the reaction, something of that kind. Is that what you're saying, Charu?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We can show the reaction with 1 drop also, and we can show that reaction from 15 ml or 20 ml or 10 ml also. So if in 15 ml, I think hundreds of students can do the same experiment, whereas nowadays only one student can do that experiment from 15 ml or 20 ml.
Say somebody has not looked into this issue. My feeling is maybe we never paid attention. I never paid attention to this issue, but it seems logical that we should have a limited use of chemicals which create load on the environment. And if we can understand the science with much less amount, why not? I mean, it makes sense. If you have to see the color change or precipitation, 1 ml may not do that.
Yes,
you may need maybe 5 ml maybe, or from what I don't know what, but not necessarily 15 ml.
Yes, sir.
I think it's a good.
For that, they can survey, like now the schools are closed, but otherwise
you can talk to science teachers. You can talk
because
to
in our
chemistry
school things were very strict. So about all the lab things. So,
but I think it's a good idea, Charu. You may like to talk to some science teachers in school.
Okay, so we can do a survey also. We can
do a survey and find out how, because that it will sensitize the teachers also.
Okay, sir.
And then you can do survey among your friends in the lab. So all of them have come from some school after all.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
And so you will have a few hundred students in your lab itself.
Yes, sir.
And if they tell you about how it used to be done in their own schools,
yes,
you will get some practical.
In fact, sir, in mine school, I am from Kendriya Vidyalaya. I have done all my studies from Kendriya Vidyalaya. I have done my graduation from RIE Ajmer, done my MSc from Central University. All are prestigious institutes, and all of my life I have used all the chemicals in the test tubes or in the conical flask and something like that. But if we can done that from a drop, or we can perform the same
You can even think
experiment.
of a new kind of glassware for that.
Yes, sir.
New kind of glassware, new kinds of pipettes, new kinds of micro flask or whatever.
Yes, sir. I have some idea of testing kit regarding it, and the next presentation I will maybe I will.
That's a good idea. That's a very good idea. Very good idea.
Okay.
Very good. So, is that how much time do we have?
I think we are done.
We are done today.
We have 5-7 minutes, but
no, in my watch I have 1 minute. It doesn't matter. So if there's any
other, so it's like 8 o'clock is like we are.
Yeah. So if any question is there before we close the day, anybody has any general question for 1 or 2 minutes, we can take it and then proceed tomorrow. Megha, please send a mail to those who are absent today to be ready for tomorrow. I'm sorry again, for the next class. Again, I will repeat, many of you were not there. The last date has been extended to 21st August, not 14th. So we have extended by 1 week. Dr. Sangwan has conveyed this message. So you have now 3 weeks to finish your project.
And also we will reserve some points for people who comment on each other's project.
Yes, please do that. Give feedback to each other, send references to each other, offer to help each other. That would be very useful. Yes.
do we need to prepare any report as such, or
Yes,
presentation will only
report.
do?
No. Presentation wouldn't help. If it's a report where you can also have a section which either becomes like a DIY manual, it becomes, you can have a small video which people can use, the finding of a research, something which people can use from your report. If a report by itself can be very meaningful, but if it is
Hello?
accompanied by a small DIY video or DIY poster or a kit, that would be wonderful.
Okay, sir.
At your
But since like we are a group of 3 or 5 people, so everyone has to support individually a project, or
No. It's a
it will be a
combined.
group project. Oh, it's a combined one. Okay.
But as a combined project, you are able to then divide the work. Somebody will make the movie, somebody will make the poster, somebody will write the review, somebody will collect this, do the survey, etc., etc. So you can
Sure,
divide
sir.
the work and then
Hello?
make sure that the report is substantial effort.
Okay.
Yes, Neha?
Hello, am I audible, sir?
Yeah, you are.
Good evening, sir. Sir, actually, may we present today? It will take just 5 to 7 minutes. If
We
you,
can do it. Why? Any problem in the next class?
sir, maybe we won't
You
able
have
to
two classes.
present
You have
next.
29th and you have 30th. So you can decide.
Okay,
You can send us whichever day you want. We will take it to you. Take up. Okay, as per your convenience. You can just let us know in advance.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Yeah, sure. All right then. Thank you so much. We have had some very insightful discussion today about various projects. Some projects were obviously adding much more value than others, but that always happens. The feedback, collective feedback today is that many of you have tried to make your report useful for society at large, for communities, for workers, for teachers, school teachers, for homemakers, for households, for communities, urban areas and rural areas. I think if you keep that focus in your mind as to who will use your report, which among the socially disadvantaged constituency of our country, who will benefit from our report, I think that will sharpen your focus once again. Thank you so much. Good luck and see you on 29th. Bye-bye.